The S&P 500, Mike touched that 4,500 level earlier today. You said a couple of weeks ago that that was kind of the next target, and we've got there despite a brief pullback last week, fairly simply, fairly smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, certainly fairly smoothly. Maybe not as smoothly as it seemed it was going to be at the time a couple of weeks ago, but it did project ahead once we got out of that July pullback and broke out to a new high. If you just look at what has been a relatively monotonous pace of gains for this rally this year, this was the next stop. And that could mean that eventually, before too long, this upward drift gets us to a point where people feel like, you know, we want to lock it in for a little while. The market flattens out a bit. Maybe it's, getting to this point ahead of Jackson Hole, and then we wait and see what the next catalyst is. But tough to really argue with getting in the way of it. You have Apple down. You have a lot of the big fangs not doing much. And the cyclical stocks just rebuilding a little bit of what they lost back from June to August. And that's been the story so far this week.
And chip stocks are really shining today, which we'll get to in a moment. Lindsay, are you feeling as bullish as the market is signaling this week, with these cyclical stocks leading the way higher, small caps as well?
Yeah, it's certainly encouraging to see the cyclical stocks take the lead once again. We've seen this underlying rotation between sectors happening all year long, which has really supported the upside momentum that we've gotten in the stock market. And look, the S&P 500 up almost 20% on a year-to-date basis is pretty impressive, yet the multiple has come down as earnings continue to come in better than expected. So while we're in a volatile period of the market, this August-September period tends to historically be pretty volatile, and maybe we saw some of that last week. With this week, we think that the market is digesting the information very well and sets up well when we get into the end of the year, which is a cyclically stronger period of the year.